Hello everyone, and welcome to the 97th episode of Analyzing Penis, featuring Dirk Diggler from Boogie Nights. A beloved Paul Thomas Anderson classic, Boogie Nights is one of the greatest films whose plot centers around a penis, and not just any penis, but one of the greatest fictional penises in film history. The penis belonging to Dirk Diggler kicks off a series of events that leave the lives of the characters involved forever changed. Dirk is a man whose destiny was built upon, destroyed by, then rebuilt upon his penis. But you know what? Your destiny can be built upon your penis too. And that's why this episode of Analyzing Penis is sponsored by Blue Chew. Now, without further ado, let's begin. In the late 70s, the golden age of porn is booming. Pornographer Jack Horner is living in the San Fernando Valley of California at the height of this boom. One night, in 1977, he takes his crew out to a club called Boogie Nights, owned by his friend Maurice. They party and get down in the wonderful, excessive era of disco. But Jack has ulterior motives. Jack has heard rumors of a busboy at the club with an enormous schlong. That busboy, the man who would become Dirk Diggler. Dirk Diggler was born Eddie Adams in Torrance, California, a suburb of Los Angeles. Eddie, for all intents and purposes, at this point in the story, is a nobody. He's a high school dropout living with his abusive mother. But Eddie does have one secret weapon in his pants, his dong. Word of Eddie's elephant trunk has spread far and wide throughout the land, to the point where he'll charge people to look at it and even watch him jack it off. On that historic night where Jack meets Eddie in the back of the club, Jack offers him something greater than the hand he's been dealt. He offers him a chance to use, as Eddie puts it, his one special thing. After putting Eddie to the test with Roller Girl on a casting couch, Eddie is accepted into the San Fernando Valley community of pornographers. Making an immediate connection with new friends and coworkers such as Reed Rothschild, Amber Waves, and Scotty, Eddie begins to find the friend group that he never had. After a successful shoot with Amber, one that puts his fuck talents to the test when they have to change reels while the actors hold position, Eddie is now set on a real career path. It is here that Eddie fully becomes Dirk Diggler, changing his name after telling Jack that he sees the name Dirk Diggler in neon lights so powerful that they make the neon sign explode. Dirk has now, for all intents and purposes, made it. He has a great career, one where he gets to fuck the bejesus out of beautiful women. He has great friends, money, and fame. He spends his downtime getting down, boogieing it up at the disco with the gang. He has friends, wealth, and a dream career, with his Brock Landers character taking him to even greater heights than he could even previously imagine. And all of this success can be traced back to his monster cock. But as they say, pride comes before a fall. And it is on New Year's Eve, 1979, when that fall begins. After Scotty makes himself look like a fucking idiot, 3 things happen this fateful night that change Dirk's life forever. First, Dirk meets the cast and crew's drug dealer, Todd Parker. Second, Dirk does cocaine for the first time with Amber Waves. And third, in an act of rage and jealousy, assistant director Little Bill Thompson murders his wife and her lover of the week, before turning the gun on himself, traumatizing everyone at the party irreparably, including Dirk. Things are not the same after this, and the early 80s are not kind to Dirk Diggler. Traumatized by what he's seen, and now addicted to cocaine, Dirk's penis is suffering the consequences. Unable to get hard when required, Dirk has an altercation with Jack after he hires Johnny, whom Dirk perceives as a threat to his career. Dirk is fired, and falls in with Reed and Todd, taking Scotty along for the ride. As it would turn out, Dirk's penis had become the linchpin holding everyone's lives together, his cock the glue cementing everyone to their lives, brick by sexy brick. After getting fired, things fall apart for everyone. Dirk tries to become a singer, but to no avail, because his voice is not what God put him on this earth to use. He is now a full-fledged junkie, has lost all his money, and has now resorted to giving sexual favors to men. Jack's producer, the Colonel, is arrested for kitty diddling, forcing him to shoot on video, lowering the quality of his work. His work is also not nearly as popular as it once was, and he has resorted to shooting experimental, man-on-the-street porn, Amber loses visiting privileges with her child, and Buck resorts to robbing a store for money after nearly being killed in a robbery gone wrong. Dirk and Reed are nearly killed themselves as, in an act of desperation, they assist Todd in ripping off a bigger drug dealer. However, Todd decides he wants to steal what's in the drug dealer's safe, resulting in a violent shootout in which Todd loses his life and Dirk and Reed nearly lose theirs. It's at this point that Dirk finally eats some humble pie and returns to Jack, apologizing for ever thinking he could do anything with his life other than fuck his way to the top. And, in a callback to the film Raging Bull, Boogie Nights ends with Dirk Diggler giving himself a pep talk in the mirror before his next shoot. It is at this moment when we finally see the source of Dirk's powers, a dick so big that it looks like he feeds it mice. And at this end, who is Dirk Diggler, and what lesson can we glean from his journey in this film? Dirk was a man who was blessed with something that most men can only dream about, a monstrous dick, and he was put on this earth to do one thing and one thing only, work that peen. And no matter how hard he tried to do something else with his life, life itself showed him over the course of this film that these attempts were only futile distractions, and that there was only one road to success, a road that was 13 inches long. The lesson of Boogie Nights is one as old as time, that we should work with the gifts God gave us, especially if one of those gifts is one incredible penis. Thank you all for tuning in to this episode of Analyzing Penis, and I hope you've enjoyed. What are your thoughts on Dirk? Did I miss anything? Let me know down below, and leave a suggestion for a penis you'd like to see featured in a future episode while you're at it. If you like this video and would like to see more like it appearing in your feed, click the subscribe button, and feel free to leave a like while you're at it. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll be seeing you soon.